Good, everyone's back. Or Devansh is not here yet. It's okay. I'll just go ahead and start. So as I was saying, let me just run this again. I'll just show you guys again. So if I try and connect this, it's going to ask me for a password. And this is basically to verify that I'm the administrator of this computer and that I'm the one that's actually connecting to the server. In order to get this password, this is where the key pair comes in. So this is the other form of security that basically allows us to connect to our server. So you're going to click get password over here. And the key pair is actually an encrypted password. And to be able to decrypt that, we have to first browse for our key pair. So once you click get password, you'll be on this screen. You can click browse over here. And then go to your downloads, wherever your says the password is not available. That's strange. Oh, please wait 4 minutes before accessing password.
Is
Yeah,
it supposed to be like this long list of letters and numbers?
Wait, did you already browse for your key pair?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So once you have your key pair like opened here, yeah, you're gonna have a long list of like letters and numbers here. So basically, this is the encrypted password. You're gonna have to wait some time before you can decrypt it just for security. That's just what Amazon Web Services does. So once you've browsed and clicked your key pair, when you click decrypt, I'm not sure why I didn't have to wait, but
I didn't have to wait.
oh, okay. Well, yeah, for some people, it makes them wait. For example, like it says, please wait 4 minutes. So I'll just like wait it out just a few minutes. I'll wait until like 7:34-ish. It should be done then. But my password you can see over here is already decrypted. You can let me know when it lets you do that. Abiram, are you with me?
Yeah, I
All
got
right, perfect. You can go ahead. It's only a matter of a few minutes, so it's fine. I'll just wait until around like 7:34-ish. Devansh said, you guys are good?
Oh.
All right. So for those of you that already have your password decrypted, you can just click the copy icon here. And then there aren't really that many steps after this. So I'll just explain them, and then you can it's pretty self-explanatory after that, but I can explain to you like right after. So once you have your decrypted password copied, you're gonna open the same thing that I did before, the remote desktop client. So this is what gives us access to our server. Once you click connect over here, you're gonna have an administrator password that I showed you earlier. Paste what you copied over here, then click OK, click yes, and then your machine will connect. So you can see here it says administrator, preparing Windows. It'll take a while to load in since it only has a gigabyte of memory, but it will eventually load in. You guys can let me know when you see it.
So we just, so we start the desktop.
Yeah. So you can see on my screen here, I've loaded in successfully into this 2019 version of Windows. It's not the smoothest, of course, but you're still able to access like the web, different things on here. So like it has an old version of Microsoft Edge. We have all of our specifications listed here at in the top right as well. This is based on an AMD server. I mean, an AMD CPU. P2 micro. Okay. And it's not like a great experience, but it is still technically runnable. So this is just to basically show you guys how you can host a machine off the cloud. A lot of well, now every big company nowadays uses the cloud. They wouldn't want to spend money on huge computers that they need to pay for. Instead, they'd basically pay for the amounts of usage they need and have these powerful components just hosted off their own computer. So yeah, that's pretty much how it works. That's kind of our Windows machine. Once everyone sees it, can you guys just give me a thumbs up? And then after that, I can move on to the next thing. Perfect. Did it let you put in the password yet? Not still. I'll close my session for now. Could you share your screen? I'll stop sharing. Still hasn't been okay. What time is it? 7:37. It has been 4 minutes. Wait, could you go back to the instance page? Yeah. I don't know why it says that only 1 out of 2 checks have been passed. Let me go to mine. That's strange. Here, let me check on mine. I guess that's just an error with the instance. You could try recreating it. Or I could like move on for now and then basically get this done like right after I get done with the data storage that I'm gonna do, because it's not that hard anyway, so I can probably figure it out like within like 5 to 10 minutes after class. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So I'll reshare. So you can close your server now. That's basically just hosting a machine off your own computer. Now we're going to be moving on to data storage. So we had our server running and now data storage. So these two things are often linked. Right now I'm doing them separately. You'll see how I'll be able to link them when we create our website. But for now, what you're gonna search for is S3.
So how do I get back to like this screen? I'm right now at the connect to instance screen.
Connect to instance screen.
Yeah, it has like it's the place where I got the password and everything.
Oh, let me just. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Do you still see the search bar up here?
No.
No.
Okay, I got it.
Oh, okay. That's fine. All right. So as I was saying, you're going to search for S3. So S3 is basically Amazon's storage hosting service. So you can click here, S3. And I'll just explain to you basically what it is. So when data is stored on the cloud, as I mentioned earlier, it can be easily shared and accessed as long as there's an internet connection. And this data is backed up on multiple servers, so it won't take up storage on your personal machine. And it also prevents the risk of data loss or breach. So once you're in S3, you're going to have a page like this, except you won't have any buckets here. A bucket is basically what holds your data. You can make multiple buckets for different projects. I have a bunch of different buckets here. You probably won't have any right now. But what you're gonna do is click Create Bucket over here. There should be an orange button, and you're gonna click Create Bucket. Once you click that, you're going to be brought to this page. There are a bunch of different settings here. So as I mentioned earlier, when I was talking about sharing, there's different permissions you can associate with data that you store. So for example, if you have like 10 images, you can choose which ones are only accessible to you, which ones the public can view, which ones your friends can view. So there's a bunch of different permissions. It's confusing to say the least. But basically what we're gonna do, we're just gonna assign the public permission because we're not storing any sensitive data in here anyway. So first we're gonna be creating our bucket name. I'll just call it Worthy Works Bucket. You guys can name it what you'd like. Make sure the region is US East Virginia. They should be selected by default. And object ownership. So this is part of the permissions. We're actually going to enable ACLs. So basically, this means that objects in this bucket can be owned by other AWS accounts, and access to it is can be specified using ACLs. We won't be getting that much into ACLs since they're a lot more advanced. But you can keep them enabled for now. So click on ACLs enabled. Then the object ownership, you can leave that as bucket owner preferred. So that's basically you. You're the bucket owner. So you have full control of the bucket. So we have our name, we have our region, we have our object ownership. And next we're gonna have our public access. So by default, AWS sets it to block all public access settings for this bucket. And you'd think that if you own this bucket, this setting wouldn't really matter since you're the only one accessing the data. But if we actually left this checked, we wouldn't be able to access our own data in our S3 bucket. There are different permissions associated with this that make it this way, but as I said earlier, we're going to make this available to the public. We're not going to be storing anything sensitive in here. So you can uncheck the block all public access icon, and then you can click I acknowledge the current settings. So just click acknowledge here, uncheck this box, and then bucket versioning, that can be left default, tags,
Wait,
default.
so if we left that checked, we can't access our own data?
Yeah, that's what I've seen in the past. Because you can actually change these permissions. It's just that there are so many in AWS and there's it's also quite complicated, so we won't be getting into that.
So
So
how would you set it up so that only you could access it?
um
Is there like you gotta uncheck one of these, or is there something else?
so block all public access would be enabled if you only wanted to access it. And then ACLs are basically object ownership. So this specifies like um, which objects are available to you and which are not. Well, all of them are available to you and which are not available to other people. And the objects are the stuff in your bucket. So there are permissions associated with ACLs. So if like I search for ACLs here, create a web ACL over here. So there are permissions with that. It's just that I'm not really aware of them myself. So I'm just leaving it as unchecked for block all public access just because I'm not sure how those permissions work. Um, but if you want, like I can look into that and then I can give you an explanation on that. Like,
Okay. Okay.
so object ownership, we've done that. Block of public access, uncheck this, acknowledge the changes. Everything else can be left default, and then we can click create bucket. Oh, and your bucket name can't have any capital letters. So
Wait, so bucket versioning also should be left on disabled?
bucket versioning, yeah, everything after this public access is default. So yeah, you can leave that as disabled. So let's change the name. It can't have any spaces or uppercase letters. Once you do that, you can click create bucket. You can see over here, it will say successfully created Worthy Works bucket. So we have our storage base created. Now we have to put something in here. So this is the time where you can
So
make,
it says my bucket name already like exists, so should I just change the name?
yeah,
Okay.
your bucket name has to be unique because there are millions of AWS users.
Okay.
All right. So is everyone good so far? You guys can give me that, hand thumbs up. All right, so it looks like we're good so far. So now as I was saying earlier, this is where you're gonna search Google for an image of your choice that you'd like, and that's gonna be stored in this bucket. So that's the data we're gonna be storing. It's not a huge amount of data, but for example, if you were a company using this, it would be insanely beneficial. You can store large amounts of your company's data in, like, let's say Amazon Web Services, and then you prevent the risk of it getting lost, getting, damaged, getting breached, anything like that. So I'll just use like an image of a dog. You guys can use any image you'd like.
Wait, how much space do we have in this bucket?
I can check that. I'm not sure right now. I can give you information on that tomorrow.
Okay, thanks.
I think it's a few gigabytes. Though. Yeah, so you'll be here for now. What you're gonna do is download an image you'd like. I'll just choose an image of this dog, right click it and save it onto your computer. We'll download onto your downloads folder where all your other stuff was stored. Now you can close this tab. And then you can click upload. So we're going to upload this object into our bucket. Once you click upload, you'll be brought to a page like this. And you're going to click add files. You can see here, I have my dog image. I'm going to click that and click open. So as you can see here, my dog image.jpg, this file, 53 kilobytes, this has appeared in here. All right. So now I'm going to upload this file. It says upload succeeded. And you can see in my bucket right now, I have this dog image.jpg. Now, if I go back to my bucket, so you click this button, destination. If I go back to my bucket, you can see the objects in here. We have our dog image. And if we, like, I'm just showing you this right now. You don't have to follow this. But like, let's say I clicked on this image and I copied the object URL. I wouldn't be able to access it right now. So it would say access denied, you know, all these different errors. So we actually have to create permissioning for individual objects in our bucket. So that's basically how secure Amazon is. You have to create permissions for individual objects. So now that you're on the properties of this image, in order to get there, just like go back to your bucket and click the image. Once you're on the, once you're in the object, click permissions. So this is where ACLs come in. So like access control list. So that's basically, these are the permissions associated with the object. And we're gonna,
Question, how did you get to properties again? Could you?
yeah, so are you here right now?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so you're gonna click this, click the link of your image. And then there should be a permissions tab.
Okay.
Okay. So then you'll be here, access control list. So this is what we're going to be editing. So this is why we needed to enable ACLs so that we can edit these permissions. So go to over here. There should be an edit icon in the top right of the access control list. Click edit.
Yeah,
And
my
then-
link isn't like popping up. Like I just have it all in like black. It's not like a link.
Could you share your screen?
Yeah. It's right here.
Wait, could you select the image? Okay, wait, you see where it says the destination, like at the bottom, the
Yeah.
link over there? No, like right above that, the link right above. Yeah, click that.
Okay.
Now go, oh, it says you don't have any objects in your bucket. Wait, could you upload it again
Yeah.
and click add files?
Okay.
And then you have to go down, like scroll down and then upload it onto your bucket. So your object wasn't in your bucket essentially.
Okay, okay,
But now that it is, you can click the link. Well, and then you can click permissions
okay.
and then edit. Yeah. All right. So you would click edit over here. And then let me go back to the slides to see which permissions we need to edit. All right. So you can leave whatever is selected default. And then what you need to change is the everyone public access. Select read and read. So those are the two things you need to enable for everyone public access. Just select read and read. Acknowledge the effects of your changes at the bottom. Select that checkbox. And then you can click save changes. Is everyone good? Give me a thumbs up if you guys are good. Okay, Karthik's good. Om, you're good. Okay, perfect. So now we're back on the properties tab. And now if we copy our object URL and now we paste it into like our search bar, now this image appears. So it might seem like a normal image like right now, but this data is stored on the cloud. So this is like a very small amount of data. As I mentioned earlier, companies have huge amounts of data from users. They need a way to collect and store that efficiently, and that is where the cloud comes in. So that's basically how you store data on the cloud. So that's going to be it for today mostly. So we covered launching an instance on the cloud and storing data on the cloud. Those are the two fundamental things you want to be able to do on the cloud. Those are the two main things that most projects need. So yeah, that's gonna be it. The only thing that is left is terminating your instance. So we just want to be careful and make sure that Amazon doesn't charge anything from you. So the first thing we're going to do is just like delete everything so that we make sure that nothing gets charged. So because Amazon free tier does still have a limit, I think it's around 750 hours. Obviously, we're not going to be using that much, but if we keep it running, it will eventually add up. So to prevent that, we're just going to terminate everything. So click on buckets again. You should be back on this page. And then what you're going to do now is empty your bucket that we just stored our data in. So AWS doesn't actually let you delete your bucket automatically. You need to first empty the data in there before being able to delete the bucket. So if I click the bucket I created, so I have WorthyWorks bucket. If I click this, first I'm going to click empty. Do not click delete. Click empty. Once you've clicked empty, you have to type permanently delete to confirm that you want to delete the objects in this bucket. So just type permanent delete. And now this empty icon has turned orange, and then you can click empty. So as you can see, it has successfully emptied the bucket. We can go back to our main S3 page, and now we can delete our bucket. So you can click delete now. Once you click delete, similar to before, you're going to need to type something to confirm that you're deleting it. In this case, it is the name of the bucket. So you can just copy your bucket name. paste it, and then you can click delete bucket. And it should say successfully deleted bucket, worthy works bucket. Let me know when you guys have finished that step. Just like put a thumbs up or say something in the chat. So Abhiram is good. Om is good. All right, perfect. So now now we're done with our S3. Now we're just going to terminate our EC2 instance. So we have EC2 over here. So just search for EC2, click on EC2. Once you click this, you can see that over here, it has instances running. Click this, or you can click on like right here, instances. I'll just click the instances running. Over here, you can see there's a 1. So you can see the instance state is currently running. We want to prevent this from ensuing any charges on our account. So what you're going to do is select the instance, right? It should turn blue, and right click it and click terminate instance. This black triangle will appear, and then to confirm, just click terminate.
Oh, it's not working. Wait,
Um,
how do you do it again? You select the instance,
so
then,
you select the instance, you right click it,
okay,
and then you click terminate.
okay. It still says running.
It will eventually shut down. Like my state says shutting down right now. It's not done until it says terminated. So see, mine is terminated now. Let me know when your guys' are terminated. Just make sure you have, and this goes for all the classes. So try not to miss a class. It's important that you don't, because you don't want to leave anything running by accident. So so to prevent like charges on your account, just please try and attend all classes so I can just make sure all the associated files are deleted. So you can see here, my instance state is terminated. Let me know when for you guys it says the same thing.
Oh, there's supposed to be, so there's supposed to be like a 0 in instances running and a 1 in instances in the end, right?
Yeah. So once it says terminated, just like put the thumbs up. This is like one of the most important things so that you don't get charged in the future. So SID is good.
How do you access the buckets again? Like
I-
I'm on the buckets page, but where's the button to access like the actual buckets?
Here, I'll share my screen again. I'll go to S3. Your bucket should appear like as soon as you search for S3, your bucket should just appear here.
Okay, I found it.
But like we just deleted ours, so
Yeah, okay, mine's a 0.
all right, perfect. So Karthik's instance is terminated. Sid is good. Om and Abhiram.
Yeah, terminated.
Terminated. All right, perfect. Let me just make sure there's nothing else associated. This will eventually be deleted from the page. So you don't have to worry about that still being there. You can delete your key pair also. So when you're on the EC2 dashboard, so you'll have your page like this. It should also have a key pair icon over here. You can click key pairs, and then you'll see the one that you just created. You can select that and then right click it, like we did with the instance, just click delete. To confirm your deletion, just type delete. And then that should be deleted. So although this file is still on your computer, it no longer gives you access to the remote client.
You can just delete it from our computer too,
Yeah, you can delete it from your computer if you
along
want.
with, and the instance too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So once everyone is good with that, I can let you guys go. Just I just need to make sure everyone has everything terminated.
Yeah,
Oh,
mine
It's
is
good, Abhiram's good, and Karthik, you're good, right?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So do you still want me to like help you out with the like instance, or should it, or are you fine with the recording? Because I can stay as long as you'd like. All right. All right, perfect. So that's our day one. This was just an introduction to basic services that the cloud runs. Now we're going to be using what we've learned here to be able to host our website. So a basic like overview of our next class. So we're going to be storing website files in S3. So that's a larger amount of data than just a picture. So we'll be storing website files. We'll be creating an Amazon Linux server, which we're going to be hosting our website on. And then to link those two, because you also need permissioning between those two, to give your server access to your website files. We'll also be needing to create an IAM role, which is another form of security. But we'll be getting into that tomorrow. All right. Thank you everyone for joining. If you have any questions, you can let me know. But otherwise, you guys are free to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
okay, thank you.